But to kick things off, let's talk about Magnolia episode 4, right? Forgive me, I mean, I know I'll lead to this one, you know what I mean? I could have talked about it last week, but, life happens and things just kind of got in the way, right? So, in a nutshell, this episode is called Destiny, and what we just seen here, in a nutshell, is just with Magnolia, you know what I mean? The character of Magnolia, I should say, just kind of growing as a superhero, right? So it's actually like a really nice and nifty montage involving her just doing, various acts of heroism, right? And it's really nice as well, too, right? She's also growing a little fan base as well, too. We have this female reporter by the name of Kali. If you remember from the previous episode, she was saved from being robbed from this mugger basically. So you get a little scene with her, just more or less hyping up Magnolia. I like how she calls her the superhero girl. That's just so cute.
Right.
But yeah, basically she's being kind of presented as the lowest lane of sorts. So she has a
Right.
boss who wants to know more about Magnolia. You know what I mean? And you even have a little 2002 Spider-Man J. Jonah Jameson-esque moment where it's like, okay, I just want to know everything about it. Like, where she come from? Who is she this? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just asking all these random questions. So you get that, right? While all this is going on, we continue on with, the characters of Lalaine, Visa Claw, and Infuna. There's some little, scenario going on their planet, basically. There's actually a really dope action, not action, I should say, fight scene that takes place, you know what I mean? So, but it all leads up to this big reveal in terms of what's really going on behind the scenes. And speaking of Inferna, if you remember from the last episode, I believe it was, where she's revealed to be one of the students in the same school that
Right.
Rachel, aka Magnolia, is a part of now. So she's basically trying to get information about Magnolia, right? So literally, she meets up with her after school, and it's a conversation, and they had to reveal who they are and all that kind of stuff, right? And last but not least, there's also a little drama going on with the character of Marcus Dupont, played by Conrad Paris. We see Sidney Ledger, who you remember from After the Apocalypse, the scene sealer in that movie. She's there as well. Well, she was there before, but it's basically involving the character of Rico, who knows a lot about this human alien hybrid stuff going on, and then this idea of there's just all these different planets, you know what I mean, sorry, all these different populated planets, alien planets, if you want to call it that, right? So there's some stuff that he knows, but Marcus is kind of like, all right, if he gets too close to it, something, it could lead to really bad serious stuff, right? So
Right.
we need to basically like wipe him out. That's what they really hint at, right? And I'll stop here, right? So, a lot of people have been calling this like the best episode thus far. And relatively, I would agree though. I would
Right.
say that it does get to the point really quickly. It does kind of just let you know this is what's going on, this is what the characters are about, this is what you can expect and all that kind of stuff, right? It's actually a rather short episode, clocking in at about 17 and a half minutes. And if I just have well, I have a few gripes, not too major, but just a few gripes. I felt that it could have gone on just for a little bit longer, but I understand, me from Ansel's perspective, me, he's kind of saving things for last, right? And speaking of last, I believe that, the upcoming episode is going to be the season finale, right?
Okay.
And I'm just hoping that we do get a longer episode. I don't mean 20, 25 minutes, but I think that it should stretch to about 35 or 40 or even 45 push come to shove, like just go all out, right? Now I understand complications in terms of filming and all that kind of stuff, but what the point again at is that I just feel with the this story that's being told though, it does, and even in this episode here too, it does kind of run into the issue of pacing, right? Where well, at least in this case with this episode, it kind of feels like we could have gotten to certain points earlier on. Like we could have gotten
Right.
to this point with Lily, sorry, not with Lily, with Infuna and Magnolia's characters. We could have seen that probably halfway into this season because you have to take into account the number of episodes. So like I like if I was writing this, I would say I would have put this somewhere in the middle and let that be integral to what's gonna happen next, right? So That's it. And I also feel like, just in general, like things kind of just play out the way they do. But I still kind of come out of it like, all right, I feel like there's more that could be told in this space of time, and that's when it could kind of hit us like, oh wow, this is how serious this is, right? Because even with the end of episode 4 and the reveal, I still kind of came out of it like, all right, that's really cool, but I know that there's other things that's going on, around this, right? But like, I just feel like, I don't know, like, I just want to feel like it's reaching to some sort of climax, not so much the conclusion, but just some sort of climax that has us like, oh shit, okay, now we need to see what happens next, and then you hit us with episode 5 now, you know what I mean? So it's just like, though, it's just like a typical superhero action show, right? Once you reach that penultimate episode, you just kind of want to keep audiences still at the edge of the seats. And then when the last episode hits, it's like, all right, yeah, we're just gonna hit the ground running, right? And that's what I felt this episode should have really given us, right? But for the most part, I mean, it's still well shot. There's some nice little camera. Sorry, I want to say crane shots, but technically it's probably drone shots for some nice little drone shots, establishing shots, all that kind of stuff. I thought that the music was fantastic as well too. Very DCEU inspired. Like there's a particular, I would say, like in the montage that I mentioned before with Magnolia, doing all these heroic deeds. It has a slight, Hans Zimmer Man of Steel theme to it. When
Right.
you hear it, you'll know what we're talking about, right? And even before, with the title sequence and the fight scene as well, too, right? Speaking of the fight scene, kind of dope, like really, like kind of kicked ass. Like I
Right.
was actually like really surprised though. Um, I do wish that it could have gone on just like a little bit longer though, because again, what I mean, just kind of savoring these moments. That's what I really want though. So it just kind of happens and it just kind of ends a little quickly. You know what I mean? But I just felt like it just could have gone on just a little bit more. But again, it's limitations and all that stuff, right? And where certain character arcs go, it does, it does kind of leave things open to what to expect in the next episode, right? Which I am excited for, and I do hope that we get this by year's end because we have like what Night Rogue, we have Visa Claw. Well, me at the time of recording here, I saw the official poster for Visa Claw. I believe it's
Right.
coming out in mid 2022. So there's things that need to happen as well too, right? And unfortunately, like I just wish that this series here, this particular series, could have gone on for a little bit more episodes though. Like maybe could have gotten like just like a few more episodes out of it, more out of it, right? But times, the situation, right? Again, this is the situation, how things play out, and it's just how like Anson and his team were just able to just accept these circumstances, but just pretty much just take what's going on and just kind of use that to their benefit, right? And yeah, for the most part, I mean, they continue to impress. They continue to just show that yeah, it is possible to make genre films, not just genre films, but genre TV shows. I would say in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And I
Right.
do hope that more people, see this as well too, see the show. Especially with the season finale coming very soon, right? So I do hope that more people check the show out and just show some support, man. You know what I mean? And just give these guys that extra push, to keep going, right? So yeah, dug the episode. I dug the episode. Again, I just felt it was just kind of hampered by the short length, but I understand that. I understand the reasoning why. Also, I just felt like certain scenes could just reach a certain climax, if you will, instead of just kind of stopping because, well, in the next episode we'll see where things go. Like it really
Right.
needs to feel like, okay, now everything is gonna come full circle now, and now when that final episode hits, it's like, all right, yeah, we know we're gonna, we kind of excited. Sorry, not kind of. We excited. We at the edge of the seat. We want to know what's gonna happen next, right? So yeah, really looking forward to episode 5. I'm expecting this episode to just blow all of us out of the water. I just again, just recommendation. It really needs to go for a slightly longer time. Not like 25 minutes or something. Like I would say if it could go for a full hour if possible. I say go there, but just really end this season off on a high note. We let us know what we're gonna get in season two, or we're gonna get with Night Rogue and Visa Claw, and all these other shows that will come in the Vilventures University future. But yeah, but other than that though, this episode and the other three are available right now on GT Caribbean Network.tv. So yeah, I mean, swing by and check it out for yourself.
Sure, sure.